Hey everybody, Shane here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Life is Strange Double Exposure, going for the Platypus Genius achievement. This is to read all of the Platypus Facts. Now, first thing you need to do is to sign up for the Platypus newsletter. You are going to do this in Chapter 2, Subchapter by the Horns. At the start of the subchapter, you're going to be out here at the North Quad. Make sure you hop on over to the Dead World line. Once you make the jump, you're going to want to look for this tree right in front of the entrance to the Fine Arts building. It's going to have a flyer on it. Make sure you examine it, and then you should be able to sign up for the Platypus newsletter. So once you are done examining it, what you want to do is you want to make sure you hit the A button in order to sign up for said newsletter. Now, the way it's going to work is periodically throughout the game, you're going to get a text message from the newsletter giving you some random platypus fact. To get the achievement, you're going to need to read every single one of these facts. There's going to be a total of 6 of them spread throughout the game. So first one up, we're going to continue to play this subchapter. It's going to split up into 3 different arcs. This one is going to be done during Gwen's arc. You're going to head into Gwen's office, and then you're going to look around. Once you are done looking around in the living world line, you're going to switch on over to the dead world line. Once you have made the jump, you're going to then look around here. Your search is going to bring you to her desk. Atop her desk is going to be this book. It's the same book that you grabbed for her in the first chapter. Inside is going to be a note. You're going to have to examine this anyways, as it is going to be part of the main story. Interacting with this book is going to be the trigger for the first platypus text message. So once you are done searching the desk, what you want to do is you want to make sure you open up your phone, make sure you check your messages, and make sure you check the messages under the platypus newsletter. So hit the back button to open up the player menu. Then what you want to do is you want to make sure you right bumper over to phone and then right trigger over to messages. The phone contact is going to be Platypus Facts. All you have to do is just make sure you bring that up, and that's going to be what counts for the achievement. The second fact is going to be found at the end of Chapter 2, Subchapter Photo Finish. This is going to be once you are back at your house, you're going to head over to the coffee table in the living room in order to review the clues in the evidence box. Right when you do this, you're going to get a text message. Make sure you quickly back out and then open up your phone, check your messages for the second platypus fact, and that's going to take care of all of the ones in Chapter 2. Next one up, we're going to move to the beginning of Chapter 3. This one's going to be done during the subchapter Proving Ground. You're going to make your way to the Overlook, and then eventually Moses is going to show up. The main gimmick of this part of the game is you need to make sure you prove to him that you have superpowers. So it's going to be a pretty lengthy bit where you're going to be jumping back and forth between the 2 world lines, trying to prove to him that you do indeed have superpowers. So make sure you just go through all of this. During the last one of these hops, you're going to have the platypus fact show up. So make sure you are paying attention to your notification HUD in the upper right. So this sequence is going to start off in the dead world line. You're going to then jump over to the living world line and then jump back to the dead world line and then talk to him. That's going to start the next part of the conversation, and then he's going to ask you to do it one more time. So make sure you get through this conversation bit, and then once you get into the next part, you're going to make another world leap. So back to the world of the living, we're then going to turn around and then use our pulse. He should have his fist up in the air. That's going to be how you know you are in the right place. He's also going to say some words that you need to repeat back to him. It's all going to be part of this little puzzle that we have to do. But anyways, once you do make the jump back to the dead world line this time around, this is going to be when the message pops up. So it's going to be the leap back to the dead world line after he has his fist up. Fact number 4 is going to be done in the subchapter Nobody Wants to Drink Alone. This subchapter can play a little differently depending on how you want your various romances to go. If you are strictly here for the platypus message collectible, essentially it's going to show up whenever you jump over to the dead world line. So if you want to get it out of the way as soon as possible, make sure you quickly head to the bathroom, make sure you hop over to the dead world line, and then once you do make that initial jump, the message should pop up. Make sure you whip out your phone and then just make sure you check the message, and then you can quickly move on with the rest of whatever the subchapter has to offer. Our penultimate fact, fact number 5, is going to be found in Chapter 4, Subchapter No Party Like a Krampus Party. It's going to be exactly the same as the previous fact. You're going to have it pop up the first time you head over to the Dead World line. So this subchapter is also going to take place in that same bar, so make sure you head over to the bathroom as soon as you can. Make sure you make that world leap, and then once you are there for the first time in this subchapter, you should get your message to pop up. So make sure you just get it out of the way, and then you can carry on with the rest of the subchapter however you see fit. All of this is going to culminate in the last fact, found appropriately enough in the last chapter, also the last subchapter of that chapter, back together again. This subchapter is going to take place at the bar. The main purpose of this last subchapter is to just talk to everyone in order to catch up, so make sure you do that. Once you finish talking to the last person, you are going to need to go back to Moses. It's going to be right here where you get the last of the platypus text messages, so make sure you open that up before going to Moses. Read the last text message, and then once you have all of them, you should be good for the achievement. There it is. This one's going to be for 5 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.